I hope all of you might have watched Apple keynote or some sort of content related to the new iPad Pros over the internet because almost every tech blogger covered that. But we didn't, because we wanted to discuss it a different way. For those folks who still for some reason don't have an idea what an iPad Pro is, then I give you a brief overview. It's an iPad with no home button and minimal bezels with a keyboard cover and stylus, especially aimed at content creators and professional users. The people who don't their tablets just for watching movies, browsing the web or playing some games and taking photos. Heck, have you seen everyone taking photos on your tablet? Sorry, I get back to my point. These people want to use their tablets as their primary device to get some serious work done, like professional photo editing, video production, creating music, writing documents, making presentations and all that kind of stuff. And for all that stuff, creators use PCs or Macs. In short, traditional computers like laptops, desktops and even workstations. All of that leads us to the next point, the state of modern computer. Nowadays, big tech giants are trying their best to redefine what a computer or modern world is. And they all follow these 4 key principles. It should be portable. It should have both modern and classic controls like touchscreen and pen along with mouse and keyboard. It also should have elegant user interface and web connectivity along with raw power for heavy workloads. And ironically enough, it should not be user upgradable. And no company by far has succeeded in delivering all that in a single package. It doesn't mean that they aren't trying to do so. There is a detailed video on that from The Verge, link it down in the description. iPad Pro is one of those attempts. Apple is trying to turn a regular tablet into a computer replacement solution for the next generation of creators. And you might remember that silly marketing campaign from Apple a few months ago.
What's a computer?
An ad shows a young child who does all of the work on an iPad and he doesn't remember what a traditional computer was. Clever technique though. But Apple, there are many things which actual professionals do on PCs. And that cannot be done on iPad Pro. More on that in a minute. The next is a Windows 2-in-1 solution. Windows 2-in-1s like Surface Pro and similar devices from PC manufacturers are the direct evolution of traditional PCs. They got the same Intel Core chips from the desktop class computers, and we all know Windows 10, which has been adapted to run on modern hardware with touch controls, keeping the traditional ways of input intact in form of optional type covers or stylus inputs and Bluetooth mice whatsoever. The upside, these devices can run all the legacy programs which are used by real professionals like full versions of Premiere Pro, After Effects, Blender, Visual Studio, etc. at their maximum potential. But it doesn't mean that there are no problems. Web-based Chromebooks. Now it's new and very recent in the computer industry. Google has developed a proper web ecosystem which includes applications which are located online like Gmail and Google Drive, which live within a browser. Although they are accessible on Windows and iOS devices, their full potential shows up on Chromebooks. They are fast, secure, they can run web apps, and they are more affordable. Now recently, Chromebooks are turning into Chrome tabs, starting with the Pixel Slate and some from other partners like HP and Acer. But like 2 other solutions, they also have serious problems. Now should I list all the downsides of these products? So let me tell you the downsides of these 3 devices. If I talk about the Chrome OS devices, then they cannot work offline. Yes, they also support Android applications, but it's not the most elegant way of explaining a modern computer. If you can do anything like a proper desktop, then without the internet, they can't be used for serious work. It cannot be used for more than watching media or surfing the web. These Chrome OS devices check 3 boxes, leaving the important one behind: the use of raw power. It's totally absent in this case, because there are no programs on this platform to get benefit from the high-end hardware. If I talk about the Windows 10 convertibles, then they are pretty good. They are portable, they have modern and classic ways of user interaction, they can use their raw power. For example, they can use the high-end efficiency of the Intel x64 architecture to run theoretically any desktop program like Premiere Pro, Visual Studio, After Effects, and full desktop versions of programs like Office. But they lack 2 things. Number 1, Windows 10 doesn't have a proper tablet mode. Sure, it has a dedicated mode which changes the entire UI to scale for touch-friendly use, but it feels less elegant, and most of the times you will love to use with a touch cover or a mouse. And lack of modern apps in the store makes Windows devices less compelling for those who like a diverse app ecosystem. And polished user interfaces also absent from Windows till now. And iPads have the opposite issues to the Surface. Apple has developed a very impressive app ecosystem for the iPad in their years, and there is no escape from them. We give that credit to Apple. iOS is well optimized for tablet use, and everything from animations to functions feel natural and fluid. iPad lacks the power of a traditional software, like full versions of these applications. Multitasking using touch without an option for a mouse sometimes feels sick and claustrophobic. iPad Pro competes with the top-of-the-line PCs in the field of raw power, but it's the proper program to take advantage of that raw power. So the Apple is trying to bring those full desktop apps to the iPad, like recently announced version of Photoshop and Premiere Rush, but it's not enough for a Pro. If Apple somehow brings all the famous programs from legacy desktop to iPad Pro, because you cannot replace a mouse, a keyboard, Windows frames, and desktop class multitasking with a desktop, which professionals love a lot. Sure, you can add some extra display, but you cannot use it as an extended display because there is no pointing solution in iOS at all. And all of that stuff is available even on a low-end $300 entry-level Asus VivoBook. So there is a lack of elegancy, and when working on a tablet with less powerful software make it worse, not better. Have you ever seen a serious pro user using the iPad for coding or developing a program or serious color grading? Like Greg said, no! iPad Pro isn't a really productivity machine, which can really replace a proper Mac or PC. It can be a companion for your current workstation or laptop, where you can simply tag some clips on Premiere Rush and then take the same project and edit it on a Premiere Pro on a workstation. Or you can create a melody and take it to the next level with a MacBook using Logic Cut Pro. In simple words, iPad Pro has its potential to replace the PC, but not right now. Who knows, maybe sometime in 2025 it might happen, but not today. If you want to do some work done, then computers are still way and better option. As always folks, if you enjoyed this video, give it a like and subscribe so you never miss such videos landing every week. Until next time, thanks for watching and stay connected my friends.